Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you've joined me for Blended 101. I hope you've gotten a little bit of something out of the material so far. In this lecture, we're going to talk about how to use Kahoot to help you review vital information with your students in a new and engaging way. For years, teachers have created review games and activities to help students review material. These teachers spent hours coming up with higher level thinking questions to help students get the most out of the review. The internet is chock full of review games and quiz like websites. And one of my favorites is Kahoot. It is so wonderful and so great to play this game in class. I discovered this when I was searching for online quiz games, and there's a ton of them out there, so you should definitely explore the internet when you have one of your free moments. And I put free in quotation marks. So basically, what you do is you can create a game, as many questions or as few questions as you want. You register as the teacher and you get an account and it's all free, and you simply create the questions with the answers. It's multiple choice, or you could do true false too. And the students come to class and they can log on to the game that you've created, or you can use one that's already public on the website. There's no need for them to register for the site, so they don't need to do anything. You get a number that they go to get Kahoot, and they type in that number, and they're on. And what it does is, once they're on with their device, they can interact with the screen. So as you see here in this photo, the question's on the board, and the potential answers are there, and then the students on their device click on one of the answers, as you can see. And as you can see, they're on all different kinds of devices: smartphones, iPads, tablets, all of that. And really, that's one of the many benefits of using Kahoot, because my high school students, seniors, they log on using their smartphones, but a lot of them have tablets, and sometimes they forget their phone, or they don't, their phone's not working or whatever, so they grab a Chromebook, or they just go onto a computer. So it works from any device. So that is one of the huge benefits. The other benefit seems sort of frivolous, but really isn't. The music, for which you have the option to turn it off, is so much fun. I have never seen my class more alive during a review game than when I use Kahoot. The music is so much fun, and it gets everyone in this great mood to review. And it sort of creates this sort of amped up nervous system. So you're really competitive, and the kids are really into it. And you can use this with any ages. So if you're an elementary teacher, it's really easy. You can just do it on the board. And you can see how in this picture, these are kindergartners who are using Kahoot in some way to answer questions about that book that they're reading. I know from that lesson. So some other benefits. Students can log on to Kahoot and just work on questions independently. They can pick a quiz that you've made, or they can use one that's public and just as a review, and that's really helpful. Students can work together, and you can play as teams in your classroom. So you can set up teams, or they can self-select teams, and they can work together. You can give extra credit to the team that wins. One of the great other benefits, which isn't listed here, but I really want to mention, is that it rewards students for answering the question correctly, but also whoever gets it first. So in order, so it rewards time. So if you get the question correct and you have answered first, you get more points than the person who got the question correct and answered fifth. And it will show you the standings after each question, which teaching AP students, I can tell you that they love that. You can also use student-generated questions to create your game. So you can have each student create 5 questions for homework a few nights before you make your game, and then you use those questions. Of course, you go through them and you determine, what are good questions and what you won't use. And then, they've done half the work for you. They've created the questions with the answers. So they've reviewed a little bit in advance, and then they come to class and they review again. So again, really a great benefit of Kahoot is to, get students engaged in the review. Again, you're not moving away from your traditional method of teaching. You're just sort of upping it a little bit with the technology, because you still are asking review questions. You're still asking students to review material in class. But you're just doing it with a little bit jazzier, more engaging manner. And a lot of teachers or a lot of people might say, well, what is the benefit of this? Well, if students are more into the class because you've got music on, or you've got this kind of cool thing where they're playing on their phone and they can't text and they can't listen to music and they can't, for the high school teachers in the group here, then they're more engaged in the review. And it's the hope that, it's always been my hope that if, I'm going to hijack their device so that I can use it for their betterment of their education. So that's how to use Kahoot. Like I said, there are many, many different quiz and kind of game-like review sites out there. Kahoot is completely free. It's open source, so you can use it as often as you like. There's really very little drawback to it. So I use it a lot. I used to do a PowerPoint review, and I had these eye clickers, which you may have heard of. And this is just so much more exciting and so much more fun. And easy. It's never been so easy to do a review game that was as interesting as this is. So I hope you get a lot out of this. Again, any questions, let me know. And I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.